paid. The lenders, both domestic and international, owe the Kenyan people 1.6 trillion. We've overpaid. And I say this based on what does our laws provide in terms of borrowing. Our laws provide that you borrow for development, number one.
Right.
And number two, you only borrow with parliamentary approval. So take all the debts that we have, take the debt stock, then compare it against where did Parliament approve this loan to be taken? What project did it fund? So that if somebody tells you that today, I saw the CS Treasury saying that we owe 11 trillion. Ask any Kenyan to show you that project which is worth 11 trillion in the country today. I'll use a physical example for you to understand what 11 trillion is. Thika Road was constructed on a loan of 30 billion. It is here. We can all see it. The impact of that 30 billion project is felt today, is what has even led to emerging new towns along that corridor. Miremas, the Ruiru, Ruaka. All, you can't even now tell the difference between Nairobi and Thika, purely because of that road project. Now tell me, which are these projects that allegedly 11 trillion that was borrowed was applied to? As Safina Party, we are saying they don't exist. So it means if somebody took loans in the names of the people of Kenya, we shall not pay, won't pay, and let the banks bear responsibility. You'll ask me where it has been done before.
And of course, I'll ask you how.
I will tell you what happened. In Mozambique, they took what is called tuna bond, $2 billion US. At the time when they took the tuna bond, we also took Eurobond, $2 billion US. We can trace $1 billion US coming into Kenya, part of it being used to retire an old loan that had been taken by Kibaki. $1 billion US cannot be traced. In fact, if you follow it, the paper trail ends somewhere in Qatar, in a private account. Why should the people of Kenya be overtaxed to pay for that $1 billion US? The people of Mozambique, in a similar circumstance, went to their courts. And they told their courts, this tuna bond, $2 billion US, was taken without following our laws. It's an odious debt. It's an illegal debt to us.
We continue to struggle with the question of debt.
And they did not pay.
Why haven't we gone to court?
We are in court.
We're in court, but why is it that we are not,
Because the legacy politicians are the ones who've taken these debts. They are the ones who are benefiting from this haste. In fact, Jimmy Wanjigi calls it, this is the haste of the century.
Well, interesting. Honorable Ole Sankok is here. I will not purport to speak for government, but him being, don't want to call a beneficiary, but a member of parliament of Yala, courtesy of the current government, I think is ably going to address or articulate to these matters. You asked me, Wakili, wapi mtu wa government. Honorable Ole Sankok, we expected to have you here this evening, but then we thank God for technology that we still can have your word. Have you heard what the two gentlemen are saying?
Yes, I've heard, and I sympathize really with the Safina party leader, I think party leader or whatever he calls himself. He's a lawyer. But I sympathize with him because he has fallen to the trap of socio-economic neo-colonialism.